Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the regular meeting for the Lawrence City Council. Today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Act of 2022, this meeting will be hybrid, allowing participation both in person at the City Council chambers and remotely. The Zoom link for this meeting was provided to anybody that requested through the Lawrence City Council City Clerk. This meeting it's also been transmitted live through the YouTube page as well as sharing it at the Facebook page. Madam Clerk, please, roll call.
Councilor Levy.
Present.
Councilor LaPlante. Here. Councilor Luzon, noted as absent. Councilor Del Rosario.
Present.
Councilor Santiago.
Present.
Councilor Marmol.
Present.
Councilor Reyes.
Present.
Council Vice President Infante.
Present.
Council President Rodriguez.
Present. Please now join me for a moment of silence. Now join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilors, can I get motions for minutes that are on our desk? This is for motion for February 4th, 2025, and January 21st, 2025. There is a motion on the table, properly second. Discussion on the minutes. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We're going to go with public participation, and the public participation rules are as follows. Everybody that put their name down, they're going to have 2.5 minutes to speak. At the 2-minute mark, they're going to hear a beep or a sign indicating that you still have 30 seconds to speak. Please refer to this council as a whole, not to any individual councilors. The first person that we have is H. Mali. Name and address for the record, please.
Humayun Mali, 53 Chester Street. Good evening, honorable members. We the citizens are united in support of Lawrence Police Union. Lawrence Police, with the impeccable leadership by Honorable Chief Bonilla, doing excellent job to protect our citizens. We are united to support of Lawrence Police. Lawrence Police, thank you for keeping Lawrence as a safe city. Million thanks to our DPW union. Lawrence is a beautiful city because of your hard work, because of your sacrifices. We support your union. Inspection department, thank you for excellent job. We support your union. We must hire more inspector. Lawrence Public School, with the impeccable leadership by Honorable Ralph Guerrero, one of the best superintendents in the history of Lawrence. Moving forward, we are proud to support Lawrence Teachers Union. Thank you for gift of best education for the children of the Lawrence. Lawrence, one city under God, proud to support right of the union from our police, firefighters and teachers and DPW union. We the Laurentian are united to ask this honorable council to hire the empty position for honorable veterans in our city. We pray for the safety of all police officers. This blue thin line, the best example of protect and serve. Lawrence Police, thank you for excellent job. We are proud to support Lawrence Police Union.
Thank you. The next person on the list is Lenin Roa, a school committee member, Roa. Name and address for the record, please.
Lenin Roa, 36 Columbus Avenue in Lawrence, Massachusetts. I just came here to give a statement to you guys. To understand a person, one needs only to listen and watch such person. His and her words and actions will be enough to see what he and she or she is about. In my case, I'm 100% disabled, veteran. I owe myself to my community. I'm passionate about education and family. But I'm here today to speak about justice. Having said that, there is something I would like to bring to you guys' attention. They need to fill 2 more positions at the Veterans Service Office here in Lawrence. These positions are already in the charter, and we need to allocate funds in order to suffice these positions. This has been a problem for years. I've been here since 2014, and I have not seen the Veterans Service Office being filled like it should be. And furthermore, there are too many people here in the city already in contracts, and there's people being contracted and given the opportunity to work for this great city. I believe that 2 veterans that will serve the city well could do very well in this city, and I'm gonna be advocating for this furthermore. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person that we have is Richard Russell, Councilor Russell. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, councilors. Richard Russell, 34 Cross Street. First, hats off to the LPDW for trying to keep up with the pothole repairs, doing a good job. Continuing on, my major gripe with the city of Lawrence is their response or their lack of response to several of my public record requests. As you all know, I'm a master at beating a dead horse. This horse isn't going to be carted away. It has only been 105 days since I filed a public record request on November 19th of last year regarding the possibility of emails from either the city or the LRA's email accounts to either Facebook or Meta. My second public record request has been filed twice involving information regarding the makeup or conversations about me requesting any information to my appointment or non-appointment to the Police Chief Search Committee. These 2 requests are well beyond the normal 10-day response time as allowable by various MGLs. The last public record request was information as to how the mayor's senior advisor got put into the public request pipeline. These requests, this request is somewhere close to the 10-day deadline. I'll give you a little history about me and 1 Ashburton Place. From the summer of '71, I performed various survey functions at that building as it was being constructed. The building houses room 1719. That room belongs to the Mass Secretary of State's Public Records Office. I am not hesitant to go there and make a formal complaint about the city's, for lack of a better word, stonewalling of my public record request. I would also see if something I worked on at 1 Ashburton Place over 50 years ago has stood the test of time.
2 minutes.
One way or another, the cause of my removal from a social media site will come out, and some people may not like the end results. As always, I thank you for the time.
Thank you. Anybody from the public? We still have some time. Anybody from the public that wishes to speak for 2.5 minutes? All right. With that said, public hearing is now. Public participation is now closed. All these names are going to be submitted for the record. We're going to go to a couple of items and report that we have people from the city here that would like to get some reports so we can have some of the people that has been here since 7 in the morning to finally go home. So we're going to start with that budget and finance item. Resolutions? All right, we're gonna go to the resolutions. We have some items from the Ordinance Committee. A majority of them are to order a public hearing, but some of them are that the City Council have resolute in favor of very important people and community service people that are here today, including firefighters and police officers. Thank you all for your service. The first item that we have, Mr. Chair, from the Ordinance Committee, will be item 5725.
Sure, would it be in order for us just to do all of the resolutions in block so the Councilor and Vice President Infante can just stay on the podium and provide the presentations?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm making a motion to pull up all of these items, and these are all favorable recommendations, and I'm going to have some help on a name or two, so please bear with me. 5725, a resolution for Ryan Mueller, the 2024 Paramedic of the Year. 5825 is a resolution for Officer Luis Santiago, 2024 Police Officer of the Year. 5925, a resolution for Angelo Cagagos. All right, thank you. That would be the 2024 Police Officer of the Year. 6025, resolution for Lieutenant John Jimenez, 2024 Firefighter of the Year. 6125, resolution for Gene Jimenez as 2024 Firefighter of the Year. 6225, resolution for Ignacio Rodriguez, 2024 Firefighter of the Year. And 6325, resolution for Felix Reyes, 2024 Firefighter of the Year. I make a motion that we send this up to the full council with favorable recommendation.
Second.
So there is a motion to accept the resolution with a favorable recommendation. There is a motion on the table, properly second. Discussion on this matter. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. So now we are going to call each individual one through the Council Vice President Infante. She just stepped out for a second. But it is important to recognize the following. A resolution of the City of Lawrence, which is an opinion of the City of Lawrence, can only be done through the City Council. So today, we are just voting on all these resolutions indicating that the City of Lawrence have an official opinion about each individual person that is here. Different than any other recognitions that we do, the resolutions are an official opinion of the City of Lawrence itself. Nobody else in the city can do resolutions, only the City Council. So congratulations to all. And we are going to entertain Councilor Vice President Infante to go to the podium to call each individual member of the community that was just recognized through a resolution. Madam Vice President Infante, you have the floor.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, colleagues, and good evening, everyone who's here sitting, joining us in the gallery. I want to first thank my colleagues for allowing these resolutions to happen tonight and for their support on these resolutions. The first resolution I have is honoring Ryan Mueller. So if I can have Ryan Mueller. All right, so resolution honoring Ryan Mueller as Exchange Club 2024 Paramedic of the Year. Whereas the Lawrence City Council recognizes the critical importance of timely and effective emergency medical services and preserving the lives of the residents of the Lawrence and the Merrimack Valley. Trauma-related injuries are the leading cause of death, with exhaustion or severe blood loss accounting for a significant percentage of preventable fatalities. Traditional pre-hospital emergency medical service protocols have evolved, incorporating lessons learned from military medicine, particularly regarding the administration of whole blood transfusion in the field, and whereas EMT/paramedic Ryan Mueller of the Lawrence General Hospital EMS has demonstrated exceptional dedication, perseverance, and leadership in advocating for and implementing the pre-hospital administration of whole blood in the Merrimack Valley. He has tirelessly championed this life-saving initiative, overcoming challenges and obstacles to secure approval from the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. And whereas, through his relentless efforts, the Lawrence General Hospital, EMS, has become the second ground EMS agency in Massachusetts and one of only approximately 200 in the nation authorized to carry and administer whole blood in pre-hospital settings. That deserves a round of applause. And whereas this achievement represents a significant advancement in trauma care, offering the potential to save countless lives in the Merrimack Valley. And whereas Ryan Muller's commitment to improving patient outcome and his unwavering dedication to advancing emergency medical services exemplify the highest standards of professional public service. And now therefore be it resolved that the Lawrence City Council hereby honors EMT/paramedic Ryan Mueller of the Lawrence General Hospital EMS as the Exchange Club 2024 Paramedic of the Year for his outstanding leadership and dedication in implementing pre-hospital whole blood transfusion, significantly enhancing trauma care in the Merrimack Valley. And be it further resolved that the Lawrence City Council expresses its sincere gratitude to Ryan Mueller for his unwavering commitment to health and safety of the residents of Lawrence and surrounding communities. Respectfully submitted, all 9 city councilors and attested by our city clerk, Eileen Burdell. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
If you could just say a few words, that would be great.
Sure. Thank you very much for the award. Really what I would just like to say, while I'm a big advocate for this program, it's really the very small group of people that we have within our department that are trained to provide what has already proven and I think will be proven to be a life-saving intervention that very few communities in the United States actually have, which is whole blood to patients that are bleeding to death. This will be an integral part of people surviving in this community, in the surrounding communities, and I'm sort of the centerpiece at the moment, but this is very much a team effort in our hospital, and my director, Paul Brennan, played an integral role in this, so this is very much a team effort. Thank you for the award, but at the end of the day, it's really about providing the best patient care that we can, and I think this will be a big step towards that, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mueller, for everything that you guys are doing as a team. The city of Lawrence is very, very much appreciative of everything that you guys do. Thank you.
So I'm going to ask for the honorees and any of their supporting members at the end. What we usually do is that the honorees go around, shakes everyone's hands, and then we go out there for a group photo. Yeah. So just hang in there after you get your
At the end, we will do that.
No. I just need 1 minute before I start with the next group. I want to show everyone in the gallery and also our constituents and residents viewing at home why the next 4 group of the individuals are getting this award. So before I present the resolution, we're going to show this. Oh, where's the sound?
Can we have a volume?
Tell him the sound is not working. Well, there's no sound, but let's see if you can. So you can see these amazing firefighters that we have started. Okay, okay, never mind. Can you guys see? I'm actually, in the meantime, I'm gonna call up these firefighters. They know who they are, so if you can come up to the podium.
Not running the right equipment. Oh, I forgot. You need your turnout gear. Can you guys say turnout gear? Yeah. Awesome turnout gear. Good job. Can you guys help me get Gene ready for a call? Perfect. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gene's getting ready. Getting ready. Getting ready. What's Gene gonna put on next?
His boots. And what do Gene's boots protect? His feet. Is this still Firefighter Gene? Yes. Should we be afraid of Firefighter Gene? Goodness, no. What's Gene gonna put on next? Let's find out.
Gene's getting ready. Getting ready. Getting ready. What's Gene gonna put on next?
His pants. And what do Gene's pants protect? His legs. Is this still Firefighter Gene? Yes. Should we be afraid of Firefighter Gene? Goodness, no. What's Gene gonna put on next? Let's find out.
Gene's getting ready. Getting ready.
I think
Getting ready. What's Gene gonna put on next?
His coat. And what does Gene's coat protect? His body. And Gene has these cool tools on his coat. He has a flashlight so he can see in the dark. And he has this radio so he can communicate and talk to other firefighters. Is this still Firefighter Gene? Yes. Should we be afraid of Firefighter Gene? Goodness, no. What's Gene gonna put on next? Let's find out.
Gene's getting ready. Getting ready. Getting ready.
All right. I'm gonna have you guys stand over here. So, I have 4 resolutions for these firefighters that are known to be Station 8. We have Firefighter Ignacio Rodriguez, Firefighter Gene Jimenez, Firefighter Felix Reyes, and Lieutenant John Jimenez. I'm only going to read Lieutenant Jimenez, but you guys all have the same language, just the only thing that's different is that your names are on it. All right. Resolution honoring Lieutenant John Jimenez of the Lawrence Firefighter Department Station 8 as Exchange Club 2024 Firefighter of the Year. Whereas the Lawrence City Council recognizes the vital role of the Lawrence Fire Department in ensuring the safety and well-being of the city's residents. And whereas Lieutenant John Jimenez, as member of the Station 8 crew, demonstrated exceptional leadership and foresight in the creation and development of the Station 8 initiative, a groundbreaking fire safety education program. And whereas Station 8, born from a desire to connect with and educate the community, especially young children, has utilized engaging digital media, including videos and songs, to teach critical fire safety lessons. And whereas Lieutenant Jimenez's vision and collaborative spirit were instrumental in transforming a simple idea into a widely successful educational platform, garnering over 18,000 subscribers and exceeding 1 million views across various media platforms. And whereas the Station 8 project has extended beyond digital content, facilitating interactive presentations at local schools and beyond, significantly expanding fire safety awareness. And whereas Lieutenant Jimenez's commitment to community service and innovative approach to fire safety education has demonstrated through Station X exemplifies the highest standard of the Lawrence Police Department. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Lawrence City Council hereby recognizes and commends Lieutenant John Jimenez of the Lawrence Fire Department Station 8 as a Exchange Club 2024 Firefighter of the Year, and be it further resolved that the Lawrence City Council expresses its sincere gratitude for his outstanding service and dedication to the safety and well-being of the city of Lawrence. Respectfully submitted, 9 city councilors and attested by our city clerk. The next resolution goes to Felix Frias for his amazing commitment and also his efforts within Station 8 as well. The third one goes to Jean Jimenez for the same reason. And the last one goes to Firefighter Ignacio Rodriguez. And I also want to thank the department heads, the director, the EMS director, Chief Moriarty, and also Chief Bonilla for the amazing language that helped me create these resolutions. It's definitely a team effort. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, I would like to call up Officer Luis Santiago and Officer Angelo Cojagos. Gotta remember that, Cojagos. All right, again, both languages say the same thing, so I'm just reading the one that's coming up first. Now we're honoring our 2 police officers of the year, starting off with Officer Luis Santiago as the Lawrence Police Department 2024 Exchange Club Officer of the Year, whereas the Lawrence City Council recognizes the dedication and bravery of the officers of the Lawrence Police Department in protecting and serving the citizens of Lawrence. And whereas on the night of April 24 of 2024, Officer Luis Santiago and Officer responded to a highly dangerous and volatile situation on Waverly Road in North Andover, involving a suspect firing multiple rounds at responding officers. And whereas, upon arrival, the officers immediately assessed the critical situations and without hesitation volunteered to assist in the rescue of a disabled elderly man who was trapped in the line of fire. And whereas, the officers devised and executed a plan to extract the elderly man from a dangerous position, providing crucial cover during the rescue. And whereas, the officers demonstrated exceptional bravery and composure under extreme distress, placing themselves in harm's way to ensure the safety of a vulnerable citizen. And whereas, the officers' actions exemplify the highest standards of professionalism, courage, and dedication to duty. And whereas the Exchange Club has recognized these officers as the 2024 Officers of the Year for their heroic actions and unwavering commitment to public safety. Now there be resolved that the Lawrence City Council hereby honors Officer Luis Santiago and Officer Angelo Cojagos as the 2024 Exchange Club Officers of the Year for their outstanding bravery and dedication to the citizens of Lawrence, and be it further resolved that the Lawrence City Council expresses its sincere gratitude to these officers for their courageous actions and unwavering commitment to safety of the community. Submitted by all nine councilors and attested by our city clerk. I now ask that the honorees,
No,
I-
probably they wanna say
Oh,
something.
yes, I forgot to give you guys, I'm sorry, do you guys would like to say something? Sorry, there's so many at one time.
I want to thank this panel, City Council, of recognizing the work that we do for the Lawrence Police Department. As a Laurentian, who was born and raised in the city, I've seen what the growth of the city has done in the past. I just thank you for trusting in us to do our job to the best of our ability.
Thank you.
I just want to say a few words. From the word of my sergeant, he told me that God gives us a purpose and he keeps his promise to keep us safe. To every single one of us and the first responder, we all work together every day and out, and we all have each other's back. Our award ceremony is a testament to our department. It's not just us two. The whole department deserves recognition, and I'm grateful to be working in this department. Thank you.
And I'm gonna call back Station A I forgot about this part. Thank you, counselors. So they can say a few words.
Yes.
Are you guys going to sing?
Bring your guitar.
I just want to say thank you for the city council for recognizing the work we do. And this wouldn't be possible without the support of our union, our department, and the chief, and the city. They gave us the idea to do this for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guitar guy.
Thank you, City Council, for the award. It wasn't just an honor to receive it, but it's an honor to know that we have all the support from our community and from our city councilors. Thank you, Chief Moriarty, who's been supporting us day one. He's constantly offering to help us out, and he's a big fan, and he's always supporting everything that we're doing. And thank you to our wives, family, and friends who all came to support us today. And how much time do I have? Can I get a little? Okay, cool. So a little bit about Station 8. Behind me in the crowd here, my son James is there. He's one of my 3 kids. The worst sleeper of the 3, probably the worst sleeper of all time. And growing up, we had a lot of sleepless nights with James. And my wife and me, we tried everything to get James to sleep at night, and nothing worked. But one day I had the idea to grab my ukulele and sit by his crib and write songs and about firefighters and fire trucks, and it helped. It got him to sleep at night. And it worked until I had to go back to work. And for those that know us firefighters, when we go to work, we work 24 hours at a time. So when we're gone, we're gone. And one of those days, my wife actually showed up at work, which she usually doesn't do. And she was very tired and beside herself, and obviously James was still awake and he was crying. And before I could even say or do anything, my coworkers, all the firefighters I work with, they stepped into action. They grabbed James. They would sing to James and rock him. James was in the fire truck. He was upstairs. He was in the gym. He was in the kitchen. He was all over the firehouse. And at the time, I didn't really understand at the time, but I realized that this was actually James's first experience with the fire service. It wasn't the red lights or the sirens or the fire trucks or the firefighters in gear. It was a community. And through love and nurture, James grew to love the fire service. And those that know my son James, he's always dressed like a firefighter. He knows everything about the fire service and the fire trucks. And he just loves everything about the fire department. And people claim that I brainwash him, and I swear I don't. As a matter of fact, I spent a lot of time trying to convince him that I'm actually a firefighter. At nighttime, we would read this book, Firefighter Frank, and he'd hand me a radio and say, okay, Dada, I'm Firefighter Gene, and you could pretend to be Firefighter Johnny. And I'm like, why am I pretending, you know? So just seeing James and how, what the fire service did for him, and that nurturing and that love and music and everything, that's when like the light bulb went off. And the guys behind me, we've been partners for about 8 years, and we've done everything. We've been to fires, we've done CPR, overdoses, gas explosion. I mean, we've been through so much together, and we take a lot of love and pride in what we do. And Station 8 is just another way that we've learned that we can give back to the community in a way that's not tragic, that we can teach children about first responders, police officers, EMTs, firefighters, and what we do in a way that's appropriate to them and fun for them in a way that's accessible through YouTube and all these social media platforms. And we're really proud of what we're doing. This is just the beginning. We have a lot coming. And again, I want to just thank everybody for having us here today. We are really honored to have this award today.
I'll be very brief. My name is Felix Reyes. Thank you, everyone, for your time and your honor. I'm a Lawrence resident. That was not any longer, but I was born and raised here, so it's an honor to be part of the city. And I'm just excited to share this moment in time with you guys. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you. Same thing my coworker said. I'm the star on the show, as you can see. No, honestly, we love what we do. Being firefighters, we love our job. You know, people say, you know, you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I feel like Station 8 is just extra for us. You know what I mean? We really feel like we found our calling. And with you guys' support, you know, everybody's support, I feel like we're able to do this even more. You know what I mean? It's every day we see it growing. We're seeing all the support that we're getting from our community, from our coworkers, from the whole entire world. You know what I mean? There's people contacting us like, hey, you know, my kid loves you guys, you know, sending loves from Minnesota, from California. So it's like, it keeps us going because we like receiving all the support and all the love, and we can see that we're doing something great, and it makes us want to continue on and going. So we just want to say thank you guys for supporting us. Keep on watching Station 8, subscribe, and you know, here we are. Thank you so much.
I want to say quickly to my colleagues, thank you again. Counselors, most of the time, we as counselors, we handle situations that aren't as positive, and we're always on the go, and we're always working hard, and it's an honor to be able to have these special moments as counselors because they don't come often. So thank you again.
Thank you. I just want to extend an opportunity to the Chief of Police for the City of Lawrence, Chief Bonilla.
Thank you for the opportunity. I just want to apologize. I was a little late. I was in the meeting. It's budget season, so we have to work on those numbers. And I'm here to support my officers. As you well know, these guys are superstars. And I like to be involved in everything that's going on with my officers. I just want to congratulate them. These are maybe the best officers we have in the department. New officers, they know what to do in emergency situation like the one they had to encounter in North Andover. So my respect to you guys. I think that we have a police department which is the hardest working police department in the Commonwealth. And everywhere I go, I say it. We took 54,000 calls for service last year, and no complaints. Every call was like attended to. We took log numbers. We did reports. And these guys are working from the day they start from 5 to 1, 1 to 5, 9 to 1, non-stop taking calls. You know, my respect to you guys. I got a good police department, and these guys behind me deserve all the credit. Thank you.
Thank you. So, well, actions are actions. Every time you take actions, it means something for somebody. And today we are recognizing the actions that everybody here just have taken for the benefit of the community or to protect the city or the community as a whole. Thank you all for every minute that you spend in the city of Lawrence and any surrounding cities around providing the services and the quality of the service that you guys do. Thank you all. I just want to recognize the City of Lawrence Mayor, Brian De Peña, that is here. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for visiting us, and we definitely appreciate every time that you come down to the City Council. Thank you all. So with that, we are going to take a minute to recess so we can invite everybody. Yeah, they can come over to check out, everybody say hi. So let's take a minute to recess. So motion to recess has been done, properly second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The honorees, please.
time, but they gotta hang out.
There's a motion on the table to approve, to accept this item, properly second. Any discussion? Discussion, Madam Vice President Infante.
Council President, during the Budget and Finance meeting, you requested for the director of the Childcare survey to be here, and she is here tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, just provide us an update as of where we are,
Sure.
where we're planning on to be, if there is any plan to continue or to stop the program.
So this additional $130,000 will extend the time that families have to find alternate care for their children. As you know, this funding is not permanent. This was never meant to be permanent, and it was originally the request was for $300,000. You know, we got the $170,000 first, and then this is the leftover $130,000. So I appreciate your support, or again your recommendation. So families will now have until the end of April, as an estimate, to find alternate care for their children or a different source of childcare help, which most families do need.
Name and address for the record.
Sorry. Maria Gonzalez Moller, should I just, my work, in the Childcare Circuit, representing the Childcare Circuit,
Yeah.
at 190 Hampshire Street in Lawrence.
All right, any questions, Councilor?
Through you, Mr. President.
Councilor Reyes.
Hi, Maria. I want to double check because we receive a lot of phone call and email because our constituents say they received the letter announcement the program is ending this month.
Correct.
Can you clarify that letter they received for us?
So once the $170,000 was approved, we calculated approximate ending of the program. We do, we want to be, we want to give families as much advance notice as possible because these are very complicated matters in terms of finding childcare for your children. So we wanted to give at least 1 month notice that the program was ending, without knowing that the $130,000 was actually going to come through to complete the original request. So March 14th was the initial date of termination for the program. We are extending that through the end of April at this point.
Is it extending through what month?
The end of April.
This
This amount will cover, with this, we have the last billing for the month of January had 78 children covered by these vouchers, and the approximate cost or billing amount was a little over $100,000. So it's about $100,000, a little over per month. That one covers the 78 vouchers. We have a few families that have, I'm sure, withdrawn because of the announcement that the program is ending, but we still have, I'm probably in the estimate of like 70 children or so in the program. The difficulty in getting out of the program right now is that state vouchers are not open right now, so nobody can get any other assistance at this point. If the vouchers were open, obviously it would be a lot easier to transfer them into the state vouchers.
is only for 1 month?
The $130,000 will allow us to go from March 14th through the end of April, hopefully a little longer. Obviously, we will go as long as we can to make sure that families can use every last penny of it.
Thank you for clarification.
Thank you. I will continue advocating for, again, permanently including this in the budget. Families are aware that this is not a permanent fund source, but families are very passionate about it because of the impact that this program had in our city and the ability to work that they have. Obviously, this is a program designed exclusively for the residents of Lawrence, and it really meets their needs. They can qualify to a voucher when there's inability to qualify to state vouchers for some of the families, while we work on trying to get other sources for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I got a
Councilor
question.
LaPlante?
So I know that we had a discussion about this a few weeks ago. Just help remind, we take so many votes. This is an important vote.
It's fine.
What happened when we voted on this or had a discussion on this a month ago? Now, what is today's vote? Help me conceptualize in context what's going on.
The initial request was for $300,000. And we received, the vote was for $170,000. That was the recommendation of the committee. The other $130,000 they were waiting to hear whether or not they were going to be able to approve, or it wasn't approved at that moment. So we were only able to extend the program from January, when the funding at the time was running out, until the mid-March, the $170,000. The $130,000 now will take us through the end of April, and that's the $300,000 total that we had initially requested to extend the program.
All right, so there's two elements, two phases. One was the first phase in January to, I guess, like now, and then
Correct.
Now in mid-March to the end of April. So 2 phases.
Yeah.
And we're taking this money out of free cash.
This fund
Oh,
came out.
ARPA?
This fund came out of ARPA that was transferred originally to different accounts, different projects, and then now went over to this program. Susan, she's here. She can explain us the source of the funds.
So this $130,000 is coming partly from funds that the airport declined to use, and a small amount from Lawtown Boxing Program. They were initially awarded $80,000, but they would only like a contract for $60,000. So we're putting the other $20,000 towards this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions in regard to this extension of the funds? All right, I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you, councilors.
So the next item that we have is item 4025, which is the appropriation transfer of $100,000 from the April account to new project account. Madam Vice President, the Chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
Item 40-25, appropriation transfer in amount of $100,000 from airport account to new project account for mandated safety easements was sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion. Second.
There's a motion on the table, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. The next item that we have, I'm gonna jump that item, and I'm gonna go to 4825, which is the request to expand, the request to expand $150,000 from the Executive Office of Public Safety. So just bear with me for a second. And for the Crisis Intervention Program. Madam Vice President Infante and the Chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
Item 48-25, request to expend grant funds in the amount of $150,000 from the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security. Trying Crisis Intervention Program was sent up with a favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion. Second.
There is a motion on the table, properly second. Any discussion on this matter for the 150?
Just a real quick discussion on this, just not a long discussion.
Councilor LaPlante?
Thank you. So if we're watching the news and reading about what's happening nationally, we understand that there's a functional change that's going on in our federal government, especially as it relates to grant monies going to various states. And I know that this is the Burn Crisis Intervention. I think that's is that federally funded, this one, or is that state?
State funding.
But through you, Council President, does this come fundamentally from the feds to the state and then dispersed locally?
That is correct.
That's right. So even that would be threatened or potentially in peril depending on the winds that we're seeing right now. So the only point on this, and I'll probably make the same point on the DOT stuff, is that we need at this point, it is March of 2024, we have a little bit of time to figure out what we're doing. We have an idea of where the direction things are going, and what are we doing as a city when it comes to these monies that are coming in that may or may not be coming in if we're reliant on them in the future. So it's not really, I'm looking for an answer, it's just more of a, let's be aware of what's going on around us and then let's be active in trying to make plans, contingency plans, should things happen, and not be caught flat-footed if they go in a way that's going to be detrimental as far as funding coming into our city. Thank you, Council President.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Mr. Councilor Plant. Any other councilors? I would like to probably extend an opportunity to you so we can expand a little bit more also what we use in this fund and the organization that is gonna assist on this grant.
Sure. With me, I brought Sergeant Bulio, who oversees the gang unit, and some members of the UTEC program. We have Altamara Solaris. She's the Chief Program Officer of the UTEC. Angel Basket, which is the Lawrence Street Work Manager, basically overseeing the Lawrence area, and Ana Morales, which oversees the policy director for the UTEC grant. I know they were not able to come the first time, but we extended the invitation because I know the City Council have questions about how this program or how UTEC has impacted the city of Lawrence.
Send an opportunity to them so they can come over and explain to us a little more. Name and address for the record, and welcome back.
Hello. Hi, Council President. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all. I watch these meetings sometimes online, and really, it's very underwhelming. So please bring your energy, because you guys are all beautiful people outside of this chamber. So I'm sharing some of our magic and love with you. To give you a sense of our work at UTEC, we represent 17 to 25-year-olds in the Merrimack Valley who have been incarcerated or who have been impacted some way or shape or form through the justice system in the state of Massachusetts. Our work is in violence intervention. It's direct service work. We serve holistically our young people and their families, which means that we serve the people that are responsible for some of the harm that's in the community, as well as the people that receive that harm, the victim. And so with that said, our work is all-encompassing. We do direct service work and systems change work. You will see me oftentimes at the State House, in coalition meetings, at your local church, in local community meetings, and it is all in order to make sure that we are present in the community, as well as doing the violence intervention work that spreads peace and restoration in our communities. And so with that said, I want to be able to introduce Tamara Sarah Luz, who's our Chief Program Officer. She runs the entire day-to-day of what our work looks like in all the communities that we serve in the Merrimack Valley. And then we'll have Ace talk a little bit about our street worker program and specifically the services that we're providing to our young people here in Lawrence. And thank you all for your leadership and always for your willingness to answer my texts, our calls, to get to know our young people. They truly are deserving of second chances, and so I appreciate the support that we get all the time from this community, as well as the police department, and how we're able to partner together in this work.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Tamara Saraluz, the Chief Program Officer at UTEC. Thank you for having us today. I want to just piggyback on what Anna was saying is our services really are holistic. We've been in Lawrence for over 10 years here. We're on Marston Street is where our youth drop-in center is. And we really focus on this grant in particularly will be funding the continued partnership between UTEC Street Work Lawrence team, which Ace is the manager of, and the Lawrence PD gang unit, which Sergeant Boulier has been an amazing partner for many years with us now. But in addition to violence intervention, we also do have a workforce and education program. So any young person that is a fit to come and enter the program can receive their high set if they don't yet have it, and can be trained for vocational routes like woodworking and culinary. And we do that through a stipend, so young people are paid while they're in our program with us. And we've been very excited to be in Lawrence for a really long time and continue to partner with everybody, including a lot of local partnerships, a lot of other nonprofit work here. And we really are excited to continue this for another 2 years. As you know, we had a different neighborhood targeted through this grant the last 2 years as well. So I'll let Ace talk a little bit more about the street work.
Hi, Angel Vasquez. Thank you for having me.
A lot of you know the type of work I've done because I've seen you guys for many years, and some of the events that I've done, I've held from anti-violence marches at the stadium projects here in the park. We do a lot of mediation work behind the scenes. So there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. We're stopping from violence happening. And the LHS I've been in there too. The team has been in there working with the violence that's been occurring in that area. And just by these year and a half, that area has been very quiet from all the work that we've been putting in. It's not easy work. There's only 3 street workers doing all this work in this whole city. So we're doing a lot of mediations. We're doing a lot of events. We're bringing resources to these communities also. I think we've done 3 events at the stadiums already, and they were all in regards to violence. At the end of the day, what we do, we try to recruit also young adults that are justice involved in the community. Try to bring them into the programming. If they don't qualify for programming, we try to mentor them and figure out resources to help them, get them jobs, whatnot. In regards to the partnership with the Lawrence Police Department, it's all about building relationships. That's what we do the best at UTEC, and that's what we want to keep offering this community, because this community definitely needs a lot of work, and we have a lot to do. And whatever help that we can get is definitely going to be for Lawrence's, best interest. But yes, thank you.
Thank you for all the information that you guys provided about the service that the organization is providing to the city of Lawrence. It is important to recognize that at the Budget and Finance Committee, this item was discussed, and out of the $150,000, $75,000 is going to be for the police department, and $75,000 for the organization that is representing by these 3 people that are here that just explained the importance of the work that they do. So, and this is going to be for 2 years grant, right?
For a year. It's for a year.
For a year, okay.
Yeah, it's a year grant. That's it.
Well, thank you all. Councilors, if you have any questions in regard to this item, Councilor Mamo.
Do you guys go through like an intake process with every youth that you come across? And if so, are you guys receiving data in terms of what seems to be the main reason why they're joining gangs? That way we could start allocating resources to mitigate those reasons, whether it's family issues at home, whether it's bullying at school. So are we trying to identify the main reasons behind it?
So it's not a secret what the main reason is poverty, right? It starts with poverty. What's going on right now is that a lot of the young, the young crowd, they feel like they need purpose, right? And sometimes there is not enough things for them to do. The families are struggling. They're living in the hood, right? They seeing what's going on, the trauma. There's a lot going on. There's more than one thing. We try to work with the families also as much as possible, because we know there's a lot of necessity. In regards to the intake, yes, we get referrals from the court, or we get referrals from community partners, or from the young adults themselves. Most of the young adults that we serve are referred by young adults because they see that they need help. We go to the blocks, and we build relationships with these young adults, and they themselves say, hey, can you please help so-and-so? He's not doing nothing. He's just hanging out in the street all day. He needs a job. He needs this. So they're asking for help, right? They're asking for these events, peace events in their neighborhoods. They're asking for all this. Unfortunately, that doesn't stop the violence, right? Because at the end of the day, they look at it as, if I don't protect myself, then I'm going to be a victim. So there's a lot of things going on there, but I think that Lawrence can do a lot more in regards to working with our youth, because they are our future. And I think that there should be more funds allocated to help these younger kids who, to do prevention work, and also the work that UTEC does too.
If I may add, thank you. Don't go. Thank you. Sorry. One thing that I also want to add is that when our young people in the community end up getting incarcerated or get engaged at any point in their teenage years with the justice system, they are already targeted. They become a part of the judicial system, and it's very difficult for that young person, if they do not have the right resources or the right allies or the right folks to show up in court to support them, for them to get out of that. Like sometimes it could literally be a young person being at the wrong place at the wrong time and getting charged with something like joint venture, or being with a friend who just happened to rob a store or didn't know that this was happening, and then all those 3 kids end up in DYS or in prison, and those are the young people that come to us. We are not a program that is servicing young people that are not engaged in the toughest types of violence. We are serving those people. The people in the community that you think folks don't want to work with, those are the young people we're working with, and that's why the program and the partnership that we have with the Lawrence Police Department is so vital. And I'll even second what Councilor LaPlante mentioned, is that federally, there has been $44 billion cut towards violence intervention work and representative work for communities that are battling this issue nationally. And so we are really at the forefront of this work and a little bit ahead, because we live in a state like Massachusetts that is continuing to invest these funds in our police department as well as in our programming. And we're also here anytime. You can come and visit our programming anytime. We welcome it. Get to know our young people, get to know some of our services, and like, you have our phone number. So if at any point you're like, I just met this young person, I know that they're incarcerated, or they could really use a restorative justice circle, or they could really use a support from a counselor, give us a call, because we show up. We show up to the houses, we show up to the parents, we show up to prison, we show up to court, we take them to the state house, we do all of the things, and we make those funds really, really stretch. So, yeah, of course.
Thank you so much. Councilors, any other questions in regard to this item? I hear none, so at this point I'll call the question. So all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Just real quick, I just want to say thank you to UTEC for coming tonight, and Sergeant Bulio for putting me in touch with UTEC when this grant came along. They were very helpful, helping out to fill out this grant. And I definitely, it's been a collaboration for over 3 years, and they are easy to work and easy to talk to. Thank you.
Through you, Madam Vice Chair, item 4125, the issuance of grant assurances and authorization to expend $361,190, Mass DOT Aeronautic Division grant. We have our airport manager, Francisco Ureña, here before us. This was spoken, this item was addressed on the Budget and Finance Committee, and let me see. From my understanding, it was sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation, and I submit that in the form of a motion.
Second.
You're going to get tired of this in the next few months, so I'm going to say it one more time.
Nice.
So the funding clears from, it looks like it's from Mass DOT, and is the origin of that funding coming federally, or is it totally originated? You may not know the answer to this, but I'm
I
just
do.
curious if you, okay. what's
No,
the
and I
answer?
do, and I appreciate your sentiment, and I think it's very valid in these. Yes, Francisco Urena, Lawrence Municipal Airport, 492 Sutton Street, North Andover. That said, Councilor, I appreciate the sentiment. I think it's very important. These specific funds represent a 95% share from the state to invest in Lawrence to replace our administration building. This is the first phase of that grant. $361,000 is for the purpose of engineering, and that there's another grant that's coming for design, and then one more for construction. So the state wants to do it in phases, and the project cost projected right now is $7.5 million. But what we're talking, the item at hand right now is the first phase, and what we are asking the city council to follow with us the grant assurances that we're going to use those funds appropriately and follow with all the other strings that come with that set of grants. And there was a question during Budget and Finance if the mayor had yet signed, and the order usually goes city council, the mayor's office, followed by the city clerks.
So thank you, and that helps me understand the issue. Are you at all concerned that the next 2 or 3 phases of this are going to be at all in any kind of jeopardy going forward?
There's a strong commitment from the state to see this project through. We've been waiting for 20 years to replace this administration building. We are here at the point of monies are being allocated, and the state does have a budget specifically for this.
So they already have dedicated funds set aside, so they
Yes.
already have the money. The money's there, so.
Yes.
At the state, okay,
Yes.
so that's not going anywhere.
Correct.
That is going to provide some
Correct.
relief for me anyway, and I'm sure for you,
Yes.
knowing that that's
Absolutely.
there and it's not going to be touched. Thank you.
Sure. Yes. The $361,000 they have in front of you as a form of a grant assurance represents the design, the engineering aspect of the grant. Whereas site borings were done, engineering site team came through the airport, the funding of our owner project manager, any public project that requires over $1 million is required to have a professional to be our representative in this phase, just like we have done with schools, just like the city has done with the police department and many others. So that is what the grant that you have in front of you represents. Again, we would have these conversations in the future to discuss the design phase and then to also discuss a grant for the construction phase.
Thank you. Council, any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you, councilors.
Nobody here.
Hello? Oh, now it's working. Okay.
Right.
Hello?
We are going now to item top of the agenda, which is item 6425, the appropriation transfer from the stabilization reserve fund, reserved to litigation judgments. Madam Vice President and the Chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
Thank you. Let me see if I can. You see? Okay. It goes in and out. Okay, item 64-25 appropriation.
Just use this one. Yep, right there.
Appropriation transfer from stabilization reserve to litigation to was up was all right, hello. Okay. All right, let me start over. Item 64-25 appropriation transfer from stabilization reserve to litigation for litigation to judgments was sent up with a favorable recommendation, and I make that as a formal motion.
Second.
There is a motion on the table, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye. The ayes have it. Any nays? The ayes have it. Going back to
And
now.
just, Council President?
Sure.
If I may, just so because we all have the agenda, item 42-25 under the Budget and Finance, that was a mistake. That item is actually tabled at committee, and it shouldn't have been on the agenda. That was a mistake.
Yep, all right, we have item 4225, which is just being clarified by Councilor Esparza Infante. The Housing Committee, item 26323, which is the declaration of surplus property, 3. Madam Chair, from the Housing Committee, Councilor Mamo.
Through you, Council President, item number 26323, declaration of surplus property, 202-202A Park Street, map 171, lot 133. And we have Charlene before us to speak on behalf of this item. It was discussed in the Housing Committee, to which it was ruled, it was voted with a favorable recommendation to be submitted to the full council, and I submit that in the form of a motion.
Second. There's a motion on the table, properly second. Discussion, Councilor Esparza Infante.
I see on the document that the chair of the Housing Committee voted against the favorable recommendation. I just would like to hear her reason for that. If I may, Council.
Sure, Councilor Mamo?
The reason I voted against it is because I believe it's time that we set standards and procedures when we're conducting our meetings, and oftentimes Mr. McCarthy is bringing in documents right on the spot. Sometimes there are blueprints or certain documentation that I believe our City Council President had requested, and it wasn't on hand, and because of that reason, I decided to vote no, and it was just simply to set a standard.
All right, any other councilors? Let's expand an opportunity to Charlene that is here with us.
Thank you.
Name and address for the record, please.
Sure.
You don't need to push the button. You just keep it green. All right, that's it. All right, there was a question that was asked when it comes to the intention. Is the intention is to build?
So this property is 4,000 square foot, a 4,000 square foot lot, so by right it is not a buildable lot, so we cannot sell it as a buildable lot. We sell properties as is, and it is the job of the person who is going to buy the property to go before the zoning and the planning boards to get any permits that they need to build. On page 23 of our zoning ordinance, it clearly specifies 1, 2, and 3 family units. If you're unclear of what those maximums and minimums are as far as square footage, buildable lots, and things of that nature, I would encourage you guys to take a quick look at that.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, sorry. I think it's important to go backwards. It's okay, I like to talk.
All right, go ahead.
He said to wait. Am I all set to go?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just setting up the mic.
So I apologize. I know you guys can hear me.
My name is Charlotte Pascal. I'm the asset officer for the City of Lawrence, located at 360 Merrimack Street, Suite 270, Entrance K. And I'm here to present the declaration of surplus for real property located at 202-2028 Park Street, map 171, lot 133. And just to repeat myself for the record, it is a 4,000 square foot lot located in a B1 district. The assessed value for that property in 2025 most recently is $20,700 with an estimated annual tax of $401. And so I am here before the council requesting for us to declare this property surplus so that we can open discussion with constituents who have approached our office interested in city property like this and other city properties. There's always interested parties in all kinds of city lots and homes and stuff that we have on our city property list. So for us to be able to continue with our process and how we do things, we need to get the first step out of the way, which is declaring the property surplus.
Councilors, we have a motion to declare this property as a surplus. The reason why I, at the Housing Committee, asked that question is because there is a big difference between having a lot that is 4,000 square feet and getting a permit through the zoning board and be able to build, and the city receiving $20,000 and not necessarily the actual value or the potential value of the property of a buildable lot, which is over $100,000. So there is, and these properties right at the threshold where it's easy enough to get a permit, but having that part of the process to be transparent and open, we can work it out with whoever is buying the property, with knowing the fact that they might build on the property. So that's why we were asking those questions at that level, because we represent the best interest of the city, and that means on time money.
Absolutely.
And essentially, that's why.
No, that's it, and I think that was a valid question. Thank you, President, for that. I wanted to shed some light on a memo that our director submitted over to you guys. Yes, a little on the late side as usual. But there's just a lot going on in that planning department. So bear with us as we try to catch up. I know that there's some items on there that we want to discuss, but shed some light on the memo that was sent to our council president, Giovanni, our city clerk, Eileen, and our confidential secretary. Just to read it, I'm not sure if everyone got a copy of it. It's in their packages? Perfect. So on the table of your seats is an answer from our director to your direct questions. So as per the request of our city council president Rodriguez, the planning department did make an inquiry of whether there were any supporting documents on behalf of 263-23, the declaration of surplus for the parcel located on Park Street, 202-202A, specifically map 171, lot 133. No determination regarding the disposition of the property has been made, and multiple parties have come before our offices requesting to apply for this property. In this regard, there's no further documentation for the future disposition of the property, but we are selling the property as is, and it would be hard to sell a property with a buildable code on it when it doesn't, by right, it does not have a buildable capacity. Now, they can go before the zoning and the planning board to get those variances, but that's something that we make sure that we outline that is not guaranteed. So those are some of the findings that we found when we did an inquiry of the file completely from way before I was here, and that's what we came up with.
So essentially, when we build a lot that is not a buildable lot, we actually we sell it with conditions.
Right.
Those conditions prohibit people to go to the zoning board, because we actually set up some conditions that prohibit them from doing that. Okay. Not a structures and not a structure being built or raised on those locations. And if that's the case, you just mentioning that we're going to be selling the property as is. So that means that we're going to have conditions on those. And if we don't, and then let's do the proper, the proper duties when it comes to making sure that if the intent is to build, that the city get the proper amount of money for the property, if that's the intent. That's all I'm asking.
Right.
To make sure that we do the proper things that we need to do to be able to ensure that the city get the most amount of money as needed.
That's valid. I think that just to add to that, there can be conditions that are set, and that's up to you guys to decide what conditions you want to set forward, and that's something that we can discuss with the previously known as the Real Property Task Force, now the City-Owned Property Advisory Committee, where we discuss, city properties, the disposition, and we'll go through all those things when we get there, but we haven't crossed that bridge yet.
All right, no problem. Councilor Schwarzenegger Infante. No. No conditions now.
When conditions are set, they go through the like it's part of the housing and part of the vote and everything.
That's
So-
correct. We're now looking for conditions right now. We're just trying to be transparent.
Trying. Okay, I'm still confused. Trying to be transparent, so,
I'll explain to you. The difference between being honest and transparency is that when you're transparent, you're at front. You bring the information up front, and when you're honest, when you get caught on something and then you say, yes, I'm sorry. That's the difference.
all right, so what I'm.
Are you referring to my person?
No,
I just want
not
to
at all.
make sure.
You were not even here when
Okay,
that
I just want to
happened.
make sure we're clear.
So what I'm hearing, and
So
this
this is
not
the
you
vote
doing the
to
thing.
declare a
So
surplus.
What I'm hearing is that during the, I'm just hoping I understand because I'm actually confused. I'm actually confused. During the housing committee, this was presented in a different way, and that is what you're bringing up.
No. I mean, it was presented as a 4,000 square feet lot, knowing the fact that I've been a member of the housing committee for almost 10 years, know that this is right around the threshold that it could be a buildable lot. And then the fact that if we don't talk about that and then we just let go of this opportunity, it could be a potential $100,000 lot, and we're receiving $20,000 lot.
Okay.
$20,000,
Okay, sorry.
probably.
I was trying to follow everything.
Yeah, just trying to be upfront with the potential gaining that we have in the city.
Okay, thank you. I was trying to follow what you and Ms. Clarinet were speaking of, and I was just confused. I apologize. I just want to make sure I
Questions.
understood.
That's what I'm here for, to clarify.
Yep. So this vote is to declare surplus of the property.
Yes.
So any other questions on this matter? I hear none, so I'll call the question.
Discussion.
Councilor Luzon?
And thank you for my colleagues to explaining. This is, it's kind of new for me. My question is, so as the city, do you send an email to all the departments, there's no need for this lot?
Right. Arena is sent to all the departments at least 2 or 3 times. In this case, it's been multiple times because it's been before the council 9 different times in the last 3 years. And so the same paperwork has been sent over to you guys. It's pretty straightforward. The lot size hasn't changed. The price has changed over the last 5-10 years. It has increased, and that's kind of where we're at.
And I think I'm concerned based on the comment that the president made, because if we've declared this a surplus now for this amount of money and later we can get more, that is concerning,
Yeah,
President
I mean,
Rodriguez.
the thing is like, we're not against of declaring the property as a surplus.
The amount, Councilor
Probably
President.
what we need to do is like focus on whether or not this property gonna be, the intent of the use is to build, and then it might be a little challenging for the city. That's all.
If I may,
Sure.
maybe I can.
Attorney,
Attorney Tim Hooton for the City of Lawrence. Just so you know, what we're doing today is declaring the property surplus. There's nothing we can do with the property until we declare it surplus. After it's declared surplus, then we can determine what's the best use for it. Is there a neighbor on either side that wants to buy it and turn it into a grass area? Is there someone that needs to use it for parking? Is there some other but until it's surplus, we can't make those inquiries because it belongs to the city. So we're just trying to get it back on the tax rolls. You're not declaring it a value. In other words, you're not stating what the value is. We're just telling you what the taxable value is. If the next door neighbor wants to pay $50,000, $100,000 for it, we'll take that money. You are not limiting the value of this property. All you're saying is, the city doesn't need it, we should find out if somebody else is interested in it. That's what we're doing today.
I have the floor, Council
Councilor Luzon?
Okay, so you're saying that voting now, it will not determine the price of this lot?
That's correct.
Is that accurate?
That's
By what you're doing today, you're not declaring the value of the lot.
Okay. All right, thank you for clarifying that. Thank you, Council President.
No problem. Councilor LaPlante?
And just so we're all clear, typically we have 2 bites of the apple. Bite number 1 is tonight, declare it a surplus. Bite number 2 of the apple has got to come back if they're going to dispose of it some way. If it's going to be a yard sale, if it's direct disposition, if it's going to go for RFP, whatever the tools that we have in our tool shed, any one of those, because the council has the prerogative of the final disposition of property. So there's no decisions being made tonight except to say the city has no use for these properties. Come before the council with what you think we should be voting on and transfer the property however you want to do it, and then we will say, yeah, that's a great idea, or no, that's not a great idea. So we have 2 bites.
Very well. I mean, we might, I'm just making this up, I might come back and say, hey, I want to put a junkyard on there, and the city, no matter what the price is, the city council is going to say no. I'm not going to approve that, so, yes. The only thing you're doing today is saying, let's put feelers out, see if anybody wants this property, can we put it back on the tax rolls?
Council President, for the sake of transparency, if any of the voters have reached out, because you mentioned at the beginning that you have received inquiries, and so have any of the voters reached out to the city? Is that on record?
So we have received inquiries. I have not discussed with anybody in particular, so I can't tell you right now who has inquired of this particular property. A lot of people walk into our office to just grab a city list, and they might star stuff that they're interested in. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go forward with an application. They're just interested parties that I meet with on a regular workday basis.
If I may, Council President, to you, if I have an empty lot next to my house, I will be in your office from day one, asking questions.
And I believe to your response, and to be as transparent, as honest as I can be, this has been in our office, and we've tried to come before this office 9 times. I'm sure it's because there's interested parties, possibly the abutters at some point. I can't tell you exactly who they are, because I would be making things up, right? So we are going to notify the abutters, because we do that first. So we send letters out to the abutters. Are you guys interested? It goes on public record. It goes in the newspapers. Everybody has a shot in the application, and that's pretty much how the process is.
And Councilor Luzon, I just want to say one thing, if I may. A lot of times what you're going to find out is the next door neighbor is using it anyways. You know what I mean? They're treating it like it's their own. That's why we're trying to clean it up, get the people off, and get some money for it. I agree with you. If I'm next door and I have an empty lot, I might park my cars on there, I might do anything, but.
And it's actually been an empty lot since 1976, where we took it back from the owner for $82. So we haven't had this property on tax roll since 76. And so I'm sure since 76, all the neighbors that have moved around there have come before us.
The reason why we're having this conversation is because something happened at the housing committee, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Because I don't know if anybody got it, but I did. And that was the following. Somebody said on that podium that it was going to be a direct disposition, which give me the right to know the conversation that happened already about the disposition of the property before it was declared surplus.
But if
hold on one second. I encourage you guys to look at the meeting, the housing committee meeting, and then based on that was when I start asking questions, because it was somebody mentioned there that it was going to be a direct disposition. meaning that the next conversation coming up was already been decided. So that's all. Go ahead and look at the meeting, and you will see what I'm talking about. That's why this conversation was generated. You were not here.
I apologize.
So just look at, no, you don't have to. You were not here. That's all.
But I was supposed to have the conversation because I'm the one that deals with these things directly, so I'm not sure what was taken maybe out of context. I'm not sure what he said or didn't say. I'm here to tell you that I deal with these things directly. I deal with the applications. I meet with the applicants, and I'm ensuring transparency in this process. I can't tell you what happened since '76. I can tell you what's happening now.
Council President.
Councilor Rosario.
Thank you through you. And and to piggyback what Mark LaPlante says, this is just the beginning. They have to come back, even if it's a direct position, even if it's a seller, even if it's a buyer, so we will have to set something else. So let's try to move with this and then wait for whoever's coming back, and then we'll make a decision, whoever's gonna buy it, or who they're gonna give it to, or what the price is gonna be, or what they're gonna do. It's just declare it surplus, and then let them do the work, and we make the decision on the second round.
No, I'm actually calling the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Moving on to the top of the agenda. Councilors, we
Mr.
have
President,
Councilor Levy.
now that Ms. Pasquale is sitting here, I would like to take an item out of table and out of order.
Maybe she's ready, maybe not, but I mean, I'll recognize it if the councilors want.
I'm not sure.
Councilor Levy.
Yes, I would like to take an item, 8924 is the New Betty Street and Garden Street is the map 87 lot 7. That was in declaration of surplus.
Councilor Levy, just give me the number first, and then we
Okay,
can look at it.
I say 89-24. It's on the table matters,
What page?
on page number 4.
Okay. So Charlene, well, before we do that, let's take a motion. Councilor Levy, you putting a motion to take it out of the table matters? Can I get a
Yes.
second? Properly second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Just for the fairness of the presenter that is here, probably ask for an update on this matter
Yes.
instead of asking for anything else. Councilor Levy?
Yes, the last time that you came here, that was on March 19, 2024. What we're looking is for an update on also on that property. So maybe for the next committee, or for the next meeting.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Councilor Vice President Gonzalez? Yes. Can you hear it?
There's nothing I can do. I'm just asking for the housing, every time we have these items, I always Google the address to see like the surrounding area. And I asked the housing committee to consider parking spaces, like city.
The neighborhood.
Because we do, as we all know, parking issues, and we continue to sell city properties when I'm sure we can find usage for it, if we really like push it. So that is something to keep in mind, please, when they come to you with properties that may be surplus.
Thank you. She's asking you for an update on this property, so make sure next meeting you probably bring an update to Councilor Levy. Councilor Levy, anything else on this property?
No, thank you.
Councilor LaPlante?
I just want to share my support to the Vice President on that. I think that it's really important as we start dealing with the housing boom in the city and the parking crisis that we explore creative ways to find parking. So I support what the Council Vice President has said.
We'll definitely bring that back to the committee.
Thank
for
you.
review.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
to bring it next time. Just make sure that you bring some type of update.
Thank you.
Motion to table.
Thank you.
Motion to table.
There's a motion to table for item 8924. Properly second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Let's go on top of the agenda, councilors. We're going now to Ordinance Committee. Ordinance Committee, Councilor LaPlante is the chair of the Ordinance Committee. Councilor LaPlante, we have a lot of items that are just to order public hearings, and they are very similar. All of them are for childcare parking. So if you don't mind, take all these items as a package to order a public hearing. The rest of the committee members will highly appreciate it. If you want, I can mention that, the item number, which is item 369, 370, 371, 375, 377, 380, 421, 420, 430, and 444. So those are two other public hearings, and they are all related to childcare parking. So do you want to take those as a package?
So, Council President, I'd like to take those items as in block and make that as a form of a motion.
There is a motion to take item 369, 370, 371, 375, 377, 380, 420, 421, 430, and 440 as a block to order a public hearing.
And
Can I have a second?
And 438.
And 438. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item is item 5.
We took it as a block.
370. Yeah, we took it as a block.
But now I'm going to have a motion that to make it the committee report that are identical. So if you would allow me to mention the
Sure.
addresses. So this is all for childcare parking. The ordinance committee sends all these documents up with the full council with a favorable recommendation to order a public hearing. These are the addresses. For 36924, it's 38 Corner Street, second floor. For 37024, it's 106 Berkeley Street. For 37124, it's 112 Park Street, first floor. For 37524, it's 111 Saratoga Street. For 37724, it's 205 Ferry Street. For 38024, it's 7 Lenox Street. For 42024, it's 159 High Street. For 42124, it's 46 Bennington Street. For 43024, it's 140 East Havel Street, number 3. For 43824, it's 215 Prospect Street. And for 44024, it's 6 Knox Street. All of those are sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order public hearing.
There's a motion on the table to take those as a block and to order a public hearing on all those items previously mentioned. Any questions on regard to these items? We call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Now, item 37624, which is a childcare parking for 313 Saratoga, to withdraw.
Thank you. So that's actually the favorable recommendation to withdraw from the, and that was, make that in the form of a motion.
There's a motion to withdraw, properly second discussion.
Discussion.
I hear, Councilor Del Rosario.
I don't know if this is working, this is not working. The reason why is that, just in case, because Councilor Levy is here and she was the one that requested, that item is set to withdraw, is because 111 Saratoga Street and 113 Saratoga Street is the same address, different entrances. So we approving 111 Saratoga Street and 113 was subject to withdraw.
All right, there is any other questions in regard to this item? I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have
I
it.
got a parliamentary inquiry, Council President, to the clerk through you. Did I mention 43024, which is 140 East Havel Street, number 3?
I don't think you did.
I'm asking the clerk. But if not, we're going to make that correction. Clerk, was that part of one of the motions?
That was part of the original package of the block.
It was. I want to make sure that is also included as a favorable recommendation.
Everything from
Okay.
369 down to 440, except for that 376.
Okay, so that's going to be order of public hearing for 43024. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Thank
top
you.
of the agenda, Councilor LaPlante, item 52424.
This is a handicap parking at 42 Andover Street. This was sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order a public hearing.
There's a motion to order a public hearing, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 56524.
This is 15-minute parking from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 292 to 294 Lawrence Street. Was sent up to the full council with favorable recommendation to order a public hearing.
There's a motion to order a public hearing, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 57124.
This is no overnight tractor trailer parking on South Broadway. This was sent up to the full council with a recommendation to withdraw. That's the motion.
Second.
There's a motion to withdraw, properly second discussion.
Discussion.
Councilor Del Rosario.
This item also was sent to withdraw due to the fact that we have an ordinance in place. They should be taking care of that. Chair LaPlante and I, we actually expressed our concern to the police department that this actually ordinance is not being enforced, and it needs to be. So they were in agreement when they got out of here. This is not what.
All right. Thank you for the explanation. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Item 1725.
This was handicap parking at 327 Prospect Street. This was sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order a public hearing. That's the motion.
The motion is to order a public hearing, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 3225.
This is handicap parking at 33 Bruce Street. This was sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order a public hearing. That's the motion.
There's a motion on the table, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 3325.
This is handicap parking at 19 Exchange Street. This was sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order a public hearing. That's the motion.
All right, there's a motion on the table, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 3725, proposed or 3725.
Right, this is a proposed ordinance for 2.56.160, a clinician's position. This is sent up to the full council with a favorable recommendation to order a public hearing.
Aye.
We did.
Working out?
Item 5025, which is the. There is a motion on the table to accept that as a committee report, properly second discussion. Councilor Vice President Infante.
Did, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Attorney Hilton.
So this is a position, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Hooton, City Attorney. This is a position in the cemeteries. The job responsibilities are in there. I think the important part you want to see is what would be the pay. The pay range is between $69,703 and $79,000. It's a class 22. They're looking to add this to the cemetery, and the job description is in your packet tonight.
Councilors, there is any questions when it comes to this position? The job description has been submitted. Any questions to reauthorize this position? Councilor Vice President Infante. Can you state that to the clerk so she can make those changes and make that as a form of a motion? Equivalent means what? 2, 3 years. You gotta be specific. Okay. So an associate degree or higher and 3 years experience, or 3 years experience, or, right? Okay. 3 years of experience on what? Administrator duties?
It says equivalent experience. I don't know if that helps you. 3 years equivalent experience.
Equivalent to what?
Equivalent to the job that's being posted. So
Okay.
if you are somehow a manager in another department, or you do similar duties in that would be equivalent experience.
Okay. Everybody's clear? Any questions in regard to this?
Yeah, discussion.
Councilor LaPlante?
This is one of those things that if we had an HR person here, I don't know what the job pool situation is. I have no idea what we're looking at, how many applicants. I mean, is that easy? Is that difficult? Is that enough? I mean, it may be a fantastic amendment, and I have no idea if 2 years is the right number of times, but this is where having an expert in the HR arena can say, yeah, this is really good for this position. I think having either an associate's or 3 years of experience would work. I just don't know the answer.
I think even an HR person, and I'm in due respect to the HR person, probably has no idea how a cemetery is run. That's not something that's normal. She would tell you how many applications you have for a police officer, a DPW worker, or something like that. But somebody working in the cemeteries, I don't know that you would have that. I mean, I think that's why they're opening this job up, see if there is.
Thank you, and that's part of my point, but not my complete point, so that would be part of it, and you can certainly put that aside. But the other part of it is that someone in the HR would be seeing resumes fairly frequently and would have an idea of what kind of flow we're getting for job applicants, whether it's this or other positions, and then can say, you know something, I believe through my experience as the HR director that we would have a significant number of applicants for this position based on this. And that, and I just don't know that. What I don't want to do is set this ordinance up for failure. I want to set it up for success. And knowing that bit of information would be helpful. I'm not saying what the council vice president is saying is a bad idea. I just don't know if it's a good idea or bad, because I don't have that experience.
Well, that's why I think the equivalent experience is kind of a catch-all, so that you can get people that may not have the educational background but have worked in this can do it. Again, this is, to me, when you consider the pay, this is not an entry-level position. This is 67 to, what did I tell you, 67 to 70?
Can you stay there?
69 to 79,000. This is somebody that has some decent responsibilities, so I don't know that that's, and I don't think that they're getting resumes for people in the, again, cemetery department that would just be flowing by for no reason. They might be getting people who are administrative, but I don't know that they would easily flow in this department.
I think that's fine. I mean, what you have. All right, we have an amendment to the position summary and to the requirement. 2 years experience. 3 years experience in education component, or an education component of it 2 years or associate degree.
Associate degree. Yeah.
All right. There is a motion to accept this amendment. Properly second. It was seconded, Madam Clerk?
I have, there's only motion I have so far, it's kept the committee report, and she has a proposed motion, proposed amendment, but no, it has not been seconded.
All right, there is a motion to change the position summary, include, when it comes to the education component. Can I hear a second? Properly second discussion on this matter specifically. Councilor Vice Infante. All right, no problem. So there is a motion, there is an underlying motion to accept the committee report, but then there is a motion to change we didn't call the underlying motion, right?
No, but you could vote on.
Yeah, I know. So to change the position summary when it comes to the education portion of it, as stated by Council Vice President Infante. So I will call the motion to change the position summary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. So, councilors, now we have an underlying motion, which is to accept this as a committee report. So I'll call the question on the committee report. We never call the question on the committee report, right? So, on the committee report, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. Madam Vice President, of the chair of Madam Vice President, what is the motion? There is a motion to approve, to reauthorize the position, over 6 months. All those in favor,
Second.
it's been properly second. Discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you so much. Now we go on to the next item on the personnel committee, which is 5325. Madam Vice, Chair of the Personnel Committee.
Item 53-25, authorization to fill intake specialist position, ordinance 2.70.180, in planning and development, vacant more than 6 months, was sent up as a committee report, and make that as a second motion.
So it's a motion to accept it as a committee report. Properly second discussion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. And what is the motion, Madam Vice President Infante? This is yours. Okay. We have a representation from the committee there, from the department here. No, definitely. I mean, she probably have it.
We asked for the job description. We asked for the same recommendation as the first one. We asked for the job description because we don't have it. And we asked also for the same recommendation that we did on the first one. The change of summary of the position summary.
All right, Councilor Levy. So according to members of the committee, that the two things were asked at the committee level, and one of them was that the position summary and the job description.
So I just have the notes I'm covering for, and this was sent to the full council with no requests to any addition. As I look here, and I'm assuming this is the document that was given, there is a job description in here that was presented at committee. Again, I did not present it, but I'm just, if you want, I could hand these to the city clerk, but it's.
Yeah, yes.
The job, so there's a job posting at the end. Do you want?
So that we need to compare. We need to compare both of them.
I'm going to give you the next two. They're both the same.
Previous package have just the ordinance, not the actual posting. So we can, no, I mean, if they taking copies, we can move forward to the next one. Is the same then? Oh, okay. Yeah, we just leave it.
You finally got the radio under control, and now the microphones are gone on you. I don't know. It's a black cloud.
Make a motion to recess.
Motion to recess, properly second. Any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
I was just giving those both, and I thought that, because I looked at the notes on the notes on the other one said that the job description was not attached, it needed to be attached for the council meeting, so I knew that. These ones said nothing of that, so I'm just going by the notes. Okay, great.
That's the last time that job was posted. I believe.
Hey, we're getting buried with applicants. Yeah. Enjoy your rest.
Motion to get out of recess. There is a motion on the table, properly second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. No, we're going back to on top of the agenda, which item 5325. We received the posting and received the job description, the ordinance and the summary of the job, including the salary as well. Councilors, any questions in regard to this matter? Councilor Vice President Infante.
Yes, if you look on the front page, it says it's grade H from 36.4 to 52. On the memorandum, the page mark memorandum.
36 to 52,000. All right, there is there is no motion at this time. I'll entertain a motion. No, we voted on the motion to accept it as a committee report. There's a motion to approve, properly second discussion on this matter. I hear none, so all those in favor, please say aye. The ayes have it. Now we're going back to the top of the agenda, which is item 5425. That was Madam Vice President, the Chair of the Personnel Committee, Stephanie Infante. There's a motion to accept this as a committee report. The motion has been taken, properly second. Any discussion? I hear none on the committee report. Discussion on the committee report, Council Vice President Infante.
Thank you. Same thing with the previous item. Something up with the committee report, if you wanted to see the job description and also have the requirement of the salary. And I believe that has been done.
All right, any questions on the committee report? Councilor LaPlante.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just moving all of these things, and we're gonna have a vote on this. We're not ordering a public hearing, or are we? We're just
No,
reauthorizing.
we're reauthorizing the
Just
position.
reauthorizing it. And I'm so sorry, I'm gonna go back to when there was one that we reauthorized, the first one, which was the cemetery one, correct? That was a reauthorization, the cemetery?
Yes.
And we changed that, did we not? We actually changed the requirements?
Not on the ordinance. We just the job pops. Not the ordinance.
Okay. I gotta let that think for a little bit. All right.
All right, any other questions to accept that as a committee report? This is the underlying motion. I hear none, so all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Councilors, I entertain a motion. Motion to approve the intent of reauthorization. Can I hear a second? Properly second discussion on the authorization. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Any nays? The ayes have it. Thank you both. So we're going now back to the top of the agenda, and the last items we have, councilors, is the communication from mayor, city official, or city attorney. We have item 3125, which is discuss a strategy for litigation's Weight Claims Act. Attorney Houghton is here with us, and this is an anticipated executive section for this item.
This would be under planning for litigation.
Yes. At this point, anything that you want to add in public?
No, I'm assuming that when you take your vote, you would be returning to session, but
No
that's...
problem. Before we go to executive session, I just want to know, like,
No,
if you
no.
have anything.
Nothing.
Councilors, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive section for the reason, can you state the reason, please?
For planning and strategy regarding litigation.
All right, for planning and strategy regarding a litigation, there is a motion on the table to actually go into executive session, properly second. Are we good?
Good.
All right, I'll call the roll. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Levy?
Yes.
Counselor LaPlante?
Yes.
Counselor Luzon? Counselor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Counselor Santiago?
Yes.
Counselor Marmal?
Yes.
Counselor Reyes? Yes. Council Vice President?
Yes.
Council President Rodriguez?
Vote yes. Now we are into executive sections. No, we're going to the back.
Yep.
I mean,
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I do have to go home.
we just stay here, that's fine. So we need.
So as you go into executive session, you do find some.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff. Community. She worked so hard on it. A very loving person. Our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
One more second, that's it. Councilors, can I get a motion to get out of the executive section?
So move.
There's a motion on the table, properly second discussion. I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you all. Thank you both for joining us on the executive section on that day. Now we're going on top of the agenda. There is no other item that are pending on this agenda. Thank you, Tim. Yep. Public Safety Committee, there is no report. Committee of the Whole, there is no report. No report. All business, there is none. Any table matters that we would like to discuss or take out of table? I hear none. So we're going straight to new business. New business, item 6525, the Easter egg hunt at the O'Neill Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., April 19, 2025. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 6625, the Olive and July Sweet 16 Anniversary Fest at the Companion Park from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is on July 5th. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 6725, Groundwork Lawrence, Farmer Market, Companion Park, Companion Common, every Wednesday between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. from June 11 to October 22nd, 2025. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 6825, Groundwork Lawrence Farmer Market at the O'Connor Park, South Common, every Saturday between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. June 14 to to October 22nd, give me 1 second. June 14 to October 25th. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 6925, preaching activities in the park, Companion Park, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. June 21st, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. August 22nd, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and August 23rd. On August 22, 2025, this is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7025, request pedestrian crossing light with timers at all intersections within the city, starting with Main Street, including engineering study. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7121, review parking ordinance regulations, invite traffic enforcement discussions. This is going to the review parking ordinance. Yeah, we're gonna send that to the ordinance, to the Safety Committee. Item 7225, Hillside Ave, one side parking only. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7325, an act to deter illegal parking during the snow emergency. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7425, resolution addressing non-compliance housing within the city of Lawrence. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7525, approval of 24 polling locations. This is going to the Ordinance Committee for the next election on September 16, 2025 and November 4th, 2025. Item 7625, approval of the police detail for the 24 locations, polling locations on local elections September 16, 2025 and November 4th, 2025. Item 7725, approve early voting, local elections September 16 and November 4th, 2025. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7825, approved vote by mail, local elections September 16 and November 4th, 2025. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 7925, approved elections calendar for the local elections September 16 and November 4th, 2025. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 8025, handicap parking Bashwood Street, adjacent to 23 Alder Street. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. Item 8125, Council of Agent Ordinance Compliance, Ordinance 2.120. This is going to the Ordinance Committee. This is an ordinance compliance. Item 8225, confirmed appointment of Victor Ortega Cruz as Director of Veteran Services. This is going to personnel. Receive it on February 27th. The 30 days expire on March 31st. So we need to make a decision before that day. 8425, confirm a reappointment of Francisco Abad at the Lawrence Planning Board, and this is going to personnel. Item 8425, resolution in support the Lawrence Public Schools, submissions of a statement of interest of Massachusetts School Building Authority, MSBA Accelerated Repair Program, ARP, intended for roof and windows repairs, 2 years project. This is going to the Budget and Finance Committee. Item 8525, authorization to spend $1,298,760 comprehensive opioid settlement, stimulant and substance use. This is going to the Budget and Finance Committee. Item 8625, authorization to spend $7,365,455.82 lead hazard control and healthy homes grant award by the Office of Lead Hazards Control and Healthy Homes. This is going to the Budget and Finance Committee. 8725, payment of prior year's bill, $10,496.55 to Bradley Harton. This is going to the Budget and Finance Committee. Item 8825, business and economic development overview, inspection of services operational update. This is going to the Economic Development Committee. Item 8925, creation of job descriptions for and posting for school committee appointment. The education. This is going to the Personnel Committee. Item 9025, creation of job description posting for the school committee appointment. The Finance. This is going to the Personnel Committee. Item 9125, creation of job description posting for school committee appointee. This is going to the and for the legal one, this is going to the Personnel Committee. Item 9225, Home Equity Tough Act. This is a late file.
It is like, we could go to ordinance because it's adopting a thing, or you guys want to housing, or it's housing related, it's up to you.
Home Equity Act.
But, late file's gonna need 7 votes.
All right, before we send this item to committee, we need, this is a late file, we need seven positive affirmative vote to be able to adapt to that, to take it into the agenda as an emergency. Madam Clerk, what is the proper vote?
We just need someone to make a motion to accept it as late.
We need a motion to accept that as a lay file. There is a motion to accept that as a lay file, suspending the rules, the proper rules. I can't hear a second. All right, properly second. Discussion.
Just for the record, it did meet the 48-hour notice requirement, is met. It's just you have an extra day in your schedule that it didn't meet, so it is considered a late file. So.
Okay. Any discussion on this matter? I hear none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Reyes?
Yes.
Councilor Marmol?
Yes.
Councilor Santiago?
Yes.
Councilor Del Rosario?
Yes.
Councilor Luzon?
Yes.
Councilor LaPlante?
Yes.
Councilor Levy? Council Vice President Infante?
Yes.
Council President Rodriguez?
I vote yes, and this item will be going to the Ordinance Committee. All right, now we're going to accept dates for committees. Ordinance
2 weeks, next week.
next week on Tuesday.
11th, 7 o'clock.
On Tuesday at 7. All right, Vice President Infante.
First, I would like to make a motion to have personnel
No motion, just tell me the day. Oh, okay, so,
Item 71-25, I'd like to make a motion to send a formal invitation to the meter company, to David Rodriguez, Jorge Jaime, and the city attorney.
Second.
there's a motion to send correspondence to the 3 departments just mentioned, and properly second. Discussion. Councilor Infante.
Thank you. I did speak,
take place of the meeting that the city attorney was trying to schedule to begin with, and he's all for
All
it.
right, got it. All right, motion has been made, properly second. Do you need clarification?
I do, I apologize. I know I have a motion from the counselor, it's to invite DPW, David Rodriguez, and the parking vendor, is that?
The
what-
parking vendor and the city attorney.
Oh, city attorney, that's what I was saying, thank you.
And then I specifically mentioned names because DPW hasn't been showing up to their requested appearance.
So it is not just the DPW, it is the director of the department. All right, properly second, all those in favor, please say aye. Any nays? The ayes have it. And that is to show up to the meeting, so the safety committee meeting?
The safety meeting will be,
No, Madam Vice President, that motion that you made, it was for the public safety. And that's gonna happen on what day?
that's going to happen Thursday at 6.
Thursday at 6 is the public safety.
So Thursday's.
Personnel, Madam Vice President Infante.
Personnel is gonna be Monday at 6:30.
And there is budget and finance.
Wednesday at 7.
Wednesday at 7, and is economic development. Thursday at 7. Well, what time was the meeting on Thursday? 6. All right, Thursday at 7. There is any housing items? Any safety? You already called for safety. Housing safety, budget and finance. Okay, we all set, right?
Can I just quickly, you've got.
Personnel.
6 PM on the 13th? Monday, I got it backwards then.
Monday at 10.
Okay, that's 6 PM on,
And then 6 p.m. on the 10th. Budget and finance.
Wednesday.
On the 12th.
yeah, I got that.
And safety, 6 p.m. on the 13th.
All right, we got all the date. We good?
Yes, sir.
Budget and finance at 7 on Wednesday. I entertain any other motion, councilors? There's a motion to adjourn, properly second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. The ayes have it.